The humble tea pluckers of Sri Lanka's Central Highlands may not know it, but their world-famous cuppa is at the center of an unusual storm that is brewing between the United States and the United Kingdom. On Wednesday the 24th, the UK Cabinet Office put out an official statement disputing the method of making tea that had been suggested by the US Embassy in London. Quote unquote, in response to the statement put out by the US Embassy in the UK, "We appreciate our special relationship, however, we must disagree wholeheartedly. Tea can only be made using a kettle," the UK Cabinet Office said on X. Hours before, the US Embassy had stated, perhaps tongue-in-cheek, that the proper way to brew a cuppa is quote-unquote by microwaving it. The British drink an estimated 100 million cups of tea a day and consider it their national drink. Sri Lanka's tea industry has not yet commented on this extraordinary controversy. Ceylon tea is the undisputed king of global teas, and Sri Lanka is one of the largest exporters of tea in the world. The storm in a teacup began when Professor Michelle Francel, a chemistry professor at Bryn Mawr College in the US state of Pennsylvania, advanced a hypothesis that quote-unquote, a tiny amount of salt will take away the bitterness in tea. Francel has written a book on the molecular science behind the methodology of brewing a cuppa. She met with a bitter storm from the Brits on social media. Quote-unquote, a scientist from the country where you can find tea being made with lukewarm water from the tap claims to have found the recipe for a perfect cuppa, the UK Guardian newspaper reported. Quote-unquote, Professor Francel insisted her findings were solid, despite coming from a country where tea plays second fiddle to coffee and is usually served iced, the Daily Mail added sarcastically.